Hello everybody, welcome to a live race. This one is NiobiumNarwhal versus ph112358, and I'm joined by Ankles. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty solid. Had my own match earlier on in the evening, so yeah, I am pretty excited for this one as well. So we are looking at a really good group. What is the scoring for these two, by the way?
Ooh, let me look it up real quick. I have a sheet for that now. So the standings for PH, 1 and 3, and NiobiumNarwhal also 1 and 3. This is actually, I think, the last week where we have everybody pair up with somebody with the same record as them.
All
Week
right,
6,
cool.
it gets a little messy, so.
Yeah. That's pretty nice. And pretty nice 1-3 pairing here. Phil, I know a little bit, having a lot of experience. Against, I don't know too much about Narwhal, but it probably is pretty good still. So we have the Narwhal starting in Link House while Phil starts in Sanctuary. We also get an early map sec there with Eastern being a pendant, and while the others are being crystal. So that is all fine and good. We are seeing Narwhal secking Lake Island to see if that is any good, but no, I will not get anything from there, so it's instead gonna set up to get to Hobo.
The
While
magic drop
Phil
is nice.
yeah, the magic drop is indeed very nice. There is been a lot of possibilities in my practices to have an early fake powder, but not this time around. It will take a long time to drain that if we were to get Red Cane.
Ooh, and
But
we got a
look,
sword.
yeah, very nice early sword. The that is a little bit of because this is HM week. Last week we had a third sword, so there was a lot of like a little bit scared for not having a sword, but from experience now, practice and playing, you tend to get an early sword anyways. But yeah, a lot of the tricks becomes a lot easier with that sword.
Yeah, we like to have the sword for buffering inputs, like the diagonal that you need to teleport. Having that sword go spinny is really helpful. You have 30 frames
Yeah,
to put in a clean diagonal.
yeah,
Now you have to slash your sword, and you have fewer frames, and you have to actually do an input for that. You can't just let go of B.
yeah. And Phil doing an early mountain ascent, so that is pretty nice.
Yeah, PH, showing why a sword is good is like you're up the mountain, you have nothing.
Yeah,
Narwhal actually have something going up here.
yeah. A very lucky bomb drop from the crab there for Narol.
Seems like PH also got one at some point.
Yeah, it was hidden deep inside of the bush crab's blue rupees. And unfortunately there is just bombs on Lumberjack. This is also shows why going up the mountain without sword can be a little bit tough, because it's not the easiest to navigate in here without it.
Narwhal getting kind of dangerously low on health.
Yeah, it
But
is.
they do have that sword, so it's a little safer. PH will be coming
Yeah,
out of this cave with 2 hearts, which is more than half a heart, but also no way to defend himself against the
yeah,
crab or against the dead rock.
yeah.
Is he
Okay,
resetting
so
RNG? No,
yeah,
he didn't have the old man.
he no he reset it. He must have lost where he was.
Interesting.
Yeah,
He
this
must.
bird here can be dangerous. No, okay.
Yeah,
No,
he must
we'll
not be
post
familiar
it.
with doing it from this side after doing it from the other side a million times, which you tend to do in glitch
Yeah,
modes.
yeah, yeah. Fortunately, you
Ooh.
do need a sword to get that other little bit no more normal way of getting up the mountain. But yeah,
You don't need a sword for that. You can just buffer a bunch of dash buffers. You can spam it.
Yeah, but still.
Still, yeah, it's in the direction people don't like dash buffering in.
Hmm.
There are also some older methods that don't use a sword. Well, PH makes it out alive, which is nice.
Yeah, and we have a half magic 300 combo in blind side out, which is always nice.
A lot of green here.
Yeah, give me that
PH,
cheddar.
yeah, PH just doesn't know what to do from here. It's probably getting some
No.
instruction from his mentor Bentizi.
Yeah,
But again, it's that lack of sword that makes the mountain. That you learn in the first 2 weeks that you can just do East F Mountain as your first thing. You got a sword, you can dash through Spiral Cave, but dash through Spiral Cave on 3 hearts, not so safe without a
yeah,
sword.
that is definitely a gamble because those mini modorms can be a little bit hard to get past without any weapons.
Narwhal almost lost their last bomb there.
Yeah.
Reacted in time though.
Hmm.
Gets him back too, which is nice to see.
Yeah. It looks like Phil is gunning for that
Oh no,
piece of heart. That is the wrong bump.
that is the
though.
wrong bump. Thankfully it's not a soft lock. Those can be
Yeah.
a soft lock sometimes. I'm guessing that's where the bottle is, right? That Narwhal has. Oh no, PH has it too.
No, the bottle was in bump rocks.
PH
Bump
is
rocks.
saying no to whatever is on the island. Which I don't think we saw
Yeah.
Narwhal get it, so can't have been that
It,
good.
I think it was a piece of heart.
Oh, I wouldn't. So PH is probably then setting up a fake flipper for Hobo then from that spot. It's an older method of doing it.
Potentially, yeah. Yeah, this cack has not been great so far. Let me say that.
No. Always skip cack. You get a bow
Yeah.
in Saw's Closet, you can just do Eastern. Does
That
PH
is
do
a pretty
Eastern
good
without a
find.
sword? It's sad though, because
Yeah.
you tried to get that Hobo item and just wasn't able to get the right teleport pixel. And missed
Yeah.
out on the sword that Narwhal has. He's thinking about it.
Yeah, he might be debating either doing Eastern or Pod now.
Yeah, I'd get
Or
those
he-
bombs for sure. You're on 2 and there's 3.
Yeah. But yeah, heading over to race game now. It is just a 20 rupees, so he is gonna skip that, but he's gonna make his way into desert. This has sort of become like desert has sort of become like yeah, that was the bottle that Novel found earlier.
So PH
But this
didn't
is-
have that bottle, he had a different one.
Yeah, the bottle they both share is in Lost Woods. But yeah, this going into desert early has sort of become like just sort of considered an overworld location in these glitch modes.
It's pretty on the way. Nobody really questions it if you go in. It's more of a big deal if you skip it.
Yep.
And you're guaranteed to get at least one item if you go in here, making it hard to pass up. It's not like Skullwoods where you can get cheated out of 2 items and you go in without Fire Rod. Shovel is one of the things you can check while you're here.
Yeah, Shovel is really nicely because we are gonna see Novel doing a little clipping through to get to K45 and then just jumping off and running over there. And then after that running back and potentially do the downwards teleport to get to Checkerboard Cave. Yeah, also the glove in well was just totally just went over my head. That is a pretty good find.
My rule with the glove is once you find it, your next save and quit should be a back of escape check.
Yeah.
You can do Graveyard Ledge into back of escape if you correct your camera before dropping down.
Yeah, I have fallen for that.
nice map and compass. So there's an item on the boss.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, Narwhal saving quit here. He's keeping out on Agina. Okay.
So they're gonna do Agina last. It's generally faster to do it last. It's debatable if it's faster to do it last if you also have the shovel. Probably depends on how clean your clips are.
Okay. Yeah, you're jumping up from checkerboard caveman.
Yeah, Agina last makes sense here because you're always gonna have to jump back up there when you have checker. Narwhal almost looked like they were trying to check Stumpy. Talking to that stump
almost.
over there. It's like, oh, wait a minute. This is the wrong world for that.
Yeah.
I fully admit, have used the shovel in the light world before. Or in the dark world and wondered why I didn't get any items.
That happens when you use shuffle the pallets. You forget.
Yes. I wish I had that excuse.
Oh.
Up teleport.
Sorry.
pH not too far behind on these checks. I don't think he has anything Narwhal doesn't have.
An early flute.
Yeah, it's so. Well, you've already been to CAC. Are you really gonna activate that? Maybe. It's debatable whether it's worth running back to Kakariko just to activate a flute.
Yeah. It is a little bit quicker if you are aiming to go up the mountain.
True. I don't think Narwhal's been
Narwhal,
up the mountain.
No, Narwhal's not been up the mountain. It is also nice because Narwhal has already checked Hobo and Lake Hylia, so just going to Eastern, having the flute is a little bit quicker. And you can also, of course, chain it into doing South Shore.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Narwhal should be activating the flute. I'm not sure if PH should be activating it, but I wouldn't fault him for doing it, and I wouldn't fault him for not doing it. I think both are justified.
Yeah, it is pretty early. Who knows, we might get a very early Titans, which would then open up an early Maya check potentially.
Flute is really good if you also have mitts.
Yeah.
They synergize really well in this mode. Both of them are very skippable, but having both also speeds you up a lot. Makes it easier to clean up checks like Thieves Town and Ice Palace.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even getting to Mire the normal way, it's generally faster than doing any glitched way that we...
Yeah.
I'm not sure where PH is going. Getting some live mentoring on how to get back up here, I suppose.
Yeah.
Maybe not used to doing this without a sword.
Yeah.
You can see.
But you have the sword. You can just do a spin speed and run into the corner, and you jump up.
The funny thing about Narwhal is they fluted to one but didn't rescue the old man. Probably got turned around by their mentor, saying, "Hey, hang on, you want this."
Yeah, it is not an understatement to get chasing the old man. Not only do you get a check done, but you also get a very nice and quick save and quit point that also is very useful. Also because of having the flute, also is the quickest way to get full health and be able to fly.
It's also the launching point for a couple checks off the mountain, like Graveyard Ledge and King's Tomb.
Yeah.
Did PH do Checkerboard Cave?
No, it might be a skip because of just jumping down here.
Oops. Because the way back up is to clip again.
Yeah, he have to run back to the other place again if he wants to get
Oh
that.
no, he got reminded.
Oh,
Oh, wait, you gotta come
yeah,
back for checkerboard.
yeah,
It's a little unfortunate. This is very slow to get back up there from here.
it is.
But you can't just skip things this early when you're missing Moon Pearl, of all things, as
Yeah.
well.
At least Novel has gotten the big key, so that is nice for the HMG. You don't have to come here. We get to hear from going Meyer or something because yeah, that clip can be pretty irritating because of just the wish robes in that room.
Yeah, it's not too bad because of Harapot. Usually you get the hook shot at some point and you can ignore all of that logic. But the
Yeah,
few times when hookshot is here, you have to do some pretty annoying stuff to unlock Hera. Dropping it all the way
yeah,
down just to unlock the big key door is very slow. But it's
it
what the
is.
logic expects when you don't have a big key in the front.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like where PH is here. He can go up safely on this side, but he's probably scared.
Yeah,
Okay,
this is where having a good mentor is gonna help you.
he's good now.
Yeah.
Apparently
It might have
he
been
didn't even...
that he accidentally fell down when he was clipping back up from where he
Could be.
was.
He also hadn't done the shovel. I didn't realize that.
Oh, and that was a sand cart actually.
What was this sand cart?
Behind the shovel.
Oh, top pressure's on, PH.
Yeah. You can sort of feel how he sort of feels like he's getting more and more nervous.
It definitely looks like he's out of his comfort zone, probably due to that lack of sword.
Yeah. Yeah, that sword is not in the easiest position either because Hobo could be overlooked early on.
It's a pretty out of the way check if you don't do it first. If you get
Yeah.
flippers, though, it's pretty free. Let's
Yeah.
see if PH chooses to activate this flute.
I would be surprised if he didn't, to be honest.
Narwhal's having a bit of trouble with this Moldorm.
Yeah, if you don't learn how Moldon works, his movement seems very unpredicted. And so
Yeah.
it can be a little bit tough.
It's still unpredictable when he's near the walls and he starts bouncing around.
Yeah, it
Even when
is.
you know his movement, it's pretty much impossible to calculate the trajectories unless you have a ton of experience.
Yeah. It is honestly the shape of this room just makes it harder. Honestly, Modem 2 is easier than 1 sometimes because
Yeah, I agree.
there's more room for you there.
Even though it's smaller, it doesn't have the hole in the middle that makes Moldorm unpredictable, and it's longer so you can dash back and forth. But maybe
Yeah.
we're just biased because we usually have a better sword when we're there.
Oh, I do a bunch of swordless, so
Oh, okay.
just having that extra room there when you are using the hammer is just so good.
This one also has that, like, you jump down and get knocked back up thing. The other one doesn't tend to have that because you're not in the room as long, so Moldorm doesn't have time to move in your way.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's pretty unfair when Moldorm just camps the bottom, and you can even get soft locked if you get a bad trajectory.
Yeah. You can also be that you have pulled out your sword so that you can be ready to poke him if he charges you, but then he just knocks you back up again. That is so irritating. No, I wanna fight you. Don't push me out. But yeah, another nice 300 there for Phil. So it's eating at pretty good money here for if you want to chain this together with Sora. That is a nice gif you posted. I have not seen that one yet.
Just an emote I happen to have from a gift sub.
Awesome.
Figured I'd show people what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Moon
Oh, look
Pearl.
at that Moon Pearl. Nice.
That's Dark World access.
It is. That is one thing I have felt when doing HMG practice, and that is that Moonpearl has showed up either very much in Hera or in Pod for me.
Moonpearl and Hera is actually pretty rare in HMG.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because if that big key, it's either in the first floor or your big key is on the first floor. Because if your big key's not on the first floor, then your Moonpearl can't be on the second or third. It has to, it expects you to have the Moonpearl to get into Mire. So if your Hera is Mire locked, then you can't have a Moonpearl there. Same reason we can't have one in Swamp. Yeah. Oh, there's an ice rod up here. Guess we're getting that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of runners have trouble with this clip, and they probably feel a little reluctance to get items that are here that they don't know that they need yet.
Yeah. So coming from the right here, it is a little bit dangerous because if you move too far upwards, you will have to do a save and quit.
Narwhal's on the wrong water bump. They want to actually be on the very top, which they're getting there. This looks maybe good. Well, not anymore, but there we go.
Awesome. What's probably adjusted by the mentor Dawn venue.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and accidentally jumped off there. So if you fall down in the middle part here, you want to go up to the left and use a little bit of a special ledge to jump back in. It's looking like he's gonna do it now.
Oh, that's one I didn't know about.
And
I know about going up from the corner. That was an unusual location for sure.
Yeah, I didn't know that one either. And that is a very nice mirror. Fortunately, it is in a spot where we are probably not gonna see Narwhal thinking about Super Bunny. But we'll be able to do Paradox Cave here a little bit quicker. And Phil is opting for Pod. It makes sense with his bow.
This is a kind of a tricky. The Moldorm. You want to kill it.
I prefer using bombs here just to kill him, but you don't want to do it at the same time. You want to have the bombs for the clip.
Just getting absolutely bullied here. There's our bombs. Really just gonna run into him with the bomb and get a fairy.
Yeah, no biggie. This seems like a manual placement here, not...
Ah,
that was good.
Walk to the pixel. I love walking to the pixel.
Yeah.
If you're good at it, it's the fastest way, but...
Yeah. I just prefer doing the lineup with bonking into the wall.
Oh, that's a completely different method, yeah. But that one I don't like because you have a one frame input that you have to do at the end. Whereas the one that PH did does not require any frame perfect inputs. All you have to do is place the bomb in a specific location, and even that's not pixel perfect.
Yeah. It is just me preferring having setups. And that is a nice early big key.
The PH is hoping to find another non-key in the front before going to the bowlock side for a couple reasons. One, they want to skip the bowlock side, And two,
Yeah.
they want that bow to be locking pod because they got it in an out-of-the-way location.
Yeah. And yeah, if you had to go to bow side in this one, it also feels bad because either you have to run back out, or you are gonna have to do a death warp, and you have quite a lot of health for doing a death warp.
That's true.
It's definitely gonna take some time.
It's not looking promising for PH though. This chest has to not be a key. And it is not a key, so hopefully he or his mentor knows that he can skip the bowlock side because he used a cave state key. No, he's doing it.
Nope.
Don't do it, PH. Oh, we're going back. Let's go. Mentor intervention.
Yeah.
Little roundabout there, but it's still faster than doing the bowlock side when you don't need to.
Yeah. Yeah, myself, I'm so bad with key logics.
The tricky thing with PH here is he doesn't have a very good way to navigate Dark Maze.
No.
Yes.
It is definitely gonna be using either the bombs as a guidance or using the bow as a guidance.
Yeah, he only has 9 arrows to shoot into walls.
Yeah. It is a little bit scary.
You can use the boots, but the problem is that you tend to grab walls a lot when you're in the maze. So even the boots don't help you that much.
Yeah, I don't like the boots either because you don't really have a good sense of direction either. You don't have like a screen movement when you do it. You're still gonna stick sorta in the middle of the screen, so yeah, I don't really like navigating with the boots.
It's like we have a harmless hallway item, so PH will be getting that.
Yep. And we got the life lesson to us by Sora today. And this is looking like it is gonna be hammer jump.
Yeah, you had to hammer jump.
Yeah, definitely support it. You are guaranteed to have 2 easy ones then. It is the beginning of the top that is hard, a little bit harder to navigate.
Hammer jump is actually required in this key skip that PH did. Because it avoids spending the 1 key that he has. If he were to spend it, he'd have to go to the bowlock side after all.
Mm-hmm. Well, now he can navigate with the bow now. He has 19.
He looks like he doesn't need it. He's doing pretty well here. He seems to be on the right track.
Yeah, feels very comfortable with the dark room. So
wow, I mean that was textbook. That was faster than I do it with the sword.
Yeah.
Why were we worried? I don't know.
Yeah, we did see Phil doing it pretty good as well when he was rescuing Old Man. So seems very, very comfortable with dark rooms. This is okay. I thought we were gonna potentially see a super bunny shake, but no, we're going into GT.
Okay, so this thing that Narwhal is doing is something they did in a race that we mentored. They're actually going to Graveyard Legend King's Tomb there.
Okay.
And that is the fastest way to get there. And still be in the Dark World. Because you're right there. You can mirror check it. So it's something I actually learned from Narwhal. I wouldn't have thought of it. Unfortunately, they still got soft locks, so they have to go back in.
Yeah. And it seems Phil is not opting to climb Hera yet. He wants to have a little bit better items before it.
I think PH wants to be able to kill Moldorm.
Yeah, that is also a very good point.
Ooh, this is not faster if you're soft locking, unfortunately. I mean, it's good practice. But since you have the mirror, you can also just go there the NMG way.
Yeah. It could have also just mirrored and then fluted back to 1 instead of saving and quitting all the time.
I don't know if that's really faster. The problem with fluting to 1 is it puts you on the wrong side of the dead rocks.
That's true.
PH also... Seems like a lot of people go into that corner there and don't realize like what bump they're supposed to be on. And
Yeah,
I'm kind of
that is a little bit too
concerned.
far away.
I'm concerned that Ben Teasy might not know how to do this either.
Yeah,
Because it doesn't look like PH is getting any correction on.
yeah. So we have 5, 6 in Pod and Swamp, and we have Green Pendant, Chief Town, with the last pendant being in Mire.
Ooh. Pendant Mire is fun.
Yeah, it is. You can just get the 2 items, and then if you want to clip to Hera if you haven't been there yet.
Get the pendant from Hera, or and if Mire is inaccessible, you might have to do some really clever things to get a key into Swamp.
Yeah.
So if all else fails for PH, they could look up a guide. So it doesn't look like either of them really knows how to do it.
Yeah. There have been times when I've done this sort of clip, but over on the left side, where you are doing mountain ascent, and you have sort of gotten a weird flipper state.
Yeah, if you have the
got in
flippers,
somehow.
you can kind of wiggle. You can kind of finagle it.
Yeah.
When you don't have the flippers, you really do have to do a setup.
Yeah.
What sucks is that PH really looks like he's doing it correctly. He's just doing it in the wrong place.
Yeah, it is. It is also a little bit hard to get the movement down because it is so tiny increments you have to move when you're setting it up.
PH is close to it.
Yeah, he
accidentally went onto the top bump and didn't quite make it to the right spot. Meanwhile, Narwhal is in the Dark World.
Yeah.
So we'll be getting some new checks from them.
Yeah, I think at this point I am looking, and I do see that Ben has his screen share up, so he is trying to walk through Phil here.
That's good.
There we go. ISOT has been obtained, and it is required in this seed, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, it would be pretty disappointing to find out it's a pendant TR after doing all that.
Yeah.
I'm confused because I look at Ben's screen. I'm hovering over it, and he just has like a copy of PH.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what I'm looking at
Hey.
here.
Oh no!
Oh, that's not good. Save and quit. Too late.
Yeah, too late.
I'm not sure how. I guess
Did
just
you
trying to get back in, got a map wrap, and when you get a map wrap, your instinct is go back down again, but if you go back down, you hard lock.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, definitely trying to get back in to redo that clip.
PH has to get the ice rod again.
Yeah. I'll get ready for another few minutes of grinding that clip. Unfortunately, it's gonna hurt. It might be that they decide to just skip it for now and see if Third Rock is a crystal or a pendant.
Could do, yeah.
Same time, I've seen Novel making his way to Wheels of Outcast. Might potentially think about going in and checking the early checks in Thief Town because of that mirror.
The mirror certainly makes it more appealing.
Yeah.
Pendant Thieves Town's kind of a rough one, though.
And to be fair, if Novel decides to do it, it is a green pendant. Then so could be saying something like, yeah, I guess I could go there. Because Kiki Skip might soon be coming from Novel.
Yeah, don't tell me about Green Pendant Thieves Town. I feel like the last 2 races I've done have been Thieves Town Pendant
Yeah.
Thieves Town had progression.
Yeah. Yes, the Green Fantasy Town gets it at the best of times, definitely.
So PH just left and didn't get the ice rod.
Yeah, he was just using that clip to get over here. Has decided to just skip out on it for now and see if he would ever need it later on. And to be fair, Mirror was pretty early in this seed, so
Oh,
that
PH can
so
just
it
get
might
it normally. That's right.
yeah. So you can just say can you say I can get it normally, or just try the clip again before entering Third Rock. It is basically next to it, so.
I'm not sure if PH hovers. I want to
I
say he
don't
does, but I don't know if he's confident enough to do Hookshot Cave. But he could
I
do
don't.
a Hookshot Cave into...
Yeah, I generally don't know. And look at that, we had a gatekeeper. That enemy can be so irritating.
Yeah, PH is not on very much health either. I think a blue male is available. It's really hard for me to tell the males on these sprites. I
Yeah,
think Narwhal is just
I-
always blue, so I don't know.
it is. That is very true, Tam.
I did not know that they died to wooden arrows. I actually thought they were immune to them.
Hey, it is a giant eye. How are they not weak to arrows? That is something Legend Zelda game has taught me. Does the enemy have big eye? Better suited with a bow.
I never noticed the big eye in the Tektites.
To be fair, this is the only Tektite out there that is weak to arrows. And not in any of the other Zelda games.
I guess Goma is a Tektite.
Yeah, sort of.
Ben's not
That-
clipping in the right spot. Well, okay. I take that back. You can clip
works,
anywhere?
but-
You can clip in the middle?
It works, but it is definitely a little bit more scary doing it there because
Oh my
of,
goodness.
because the bump might be a little bit bad at you on the best of times.
Oh, is it like a, just like which part of the collision you're on, kind of?
Yeah,
Oh, no.
it is.
So, a little bit back in Discord, I posted a 30-minute highlight of swordless mountain clips. And there's one you can do there that is very safe and also probably the fastest way to do it when you don't have a sword. So I would recommend learning that.
Yeah, definitely.
It's also easy.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people just don't know it exists.
probably.
Narwhal's already got Thieves Town done, which is, granted, a pendant, but
Yep. To be fair, has not been to the eastern area of Pod yet, so having Green Pendant going there the first time does feel pretty good.
PH won't even have the option to do blind, so we'll probably see at most a front four.
Yep.
PH also bean counting a little, realize he doesn't actually need the money there. Or being told.
Yeah, probably forgot to adjust the camera before jumping it down into back of escape.
That might be it too, because it doesn't look like he was going anywhere from there. But that's okay, because he can always just go from here.
Yeah.
Sometimes you land in Houlihan and your muscle memory just takes over and you start getting the rupees. And then you're like,
Yeah.
wait, why am I not in back of escape?
It's as someone said, it's all about the money. They have a beautiful rocket drawing here from Narwhal. That is a lot of digs for a piece of heart.
Yeah, it's better than vanilla.
Yeah. Alright, we are looking at going to Maya now. Good.
Bombos.
And yeah, Momos, we don't have that yet.
Well, we don't want to see it.
Nope. I think. Oh, look at that other bow.
The other bow. So that bow that PH got in Saw's closet, Narwhal will get it too. It'll be Silver's. But now Narwhal actually has like a decent reason to go in that area.
Yeah, definitely. We could potentially see Narwhal going to Dark Death Mountain and heading to Catfish and
PH.
then go down.
PH got the thing you were saying. I hope there was no progress. There's no progress, right?
It was just a save and quit
Good.
before that, so.
Okay, PH, if you're watching this back, your homework is to learn the safe swordless DMD.
Yeah.
It is faster than what you're doing and easier and not going to hardlock you.
Yeah. One thing that we could just see, as I said, we could see Narwhal going to Catfish and then clip from there down to pod area, because you can then use a mirror to shake Shahashala and Easton at the same time very quickly. You can also, of course, do it with doing Kiki skip, and when you're walking out, you're not holding any directions on your D-pad, and then you can mirror. But yeah, there are different ways.
Kiki skip is generally
because
better.
Narwhal do it.
Kiki skip gets you that route through pod that PH is able to get that skips bow locked. If Narwhal walks there in the overworld, they will not be able to do that.
Yeah, I'm just proposing different things we can see here.
Still an option.
It is all dependent if Narwhal want to leave out the Catfish or something like that, which we have seen been a pretty good check from time to time.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually kind of sad that Ben isn't teaching PH the safe DMD, because I definitely taught Ben that.
Yeah.
But it looks like we'll just have a DMD roulette until PH gets a sword.
Yeah.
They can also get off the mountain by setting a mirror portal on doing the escape with Pyramid Fairy. It's an option.
Yeah.
And we get Keen and Meyer Medallion for Narwhal.
We got the Maya supply drop here in Hype Cave.
We sure did. It's still fireless, though. We don't want to do fireless Meyer.
No one wants to.
You know what this smells like to me?
Please
smells like Ped. We can pull Ped.
Very potential. It is indeed an early Ped. The potential here.
PH will have the luxury.
The only thing we only need some sort of fire source for desert, but otherwise we are there.
Oh, desert's a crystal. Right, the Eastern Thieves and Vidi.
It is just me. It's just me seeing wrong on his tracker.
Narwhal's tracker is hard to read for sure. It's very small.
Yeah, I was looking at the wrong palace even, so trying to get the fake flicker here. That was very close.
That
to
was weird. Well, we're good. This is how you get across.
Yeah.
There's actually a little clip you can do.
Yeah,
if you want to learn it.
From the left, yeah, that one is pretty good. It is pretty easy as well to get that clip.
Yeah, I would recommend going onto your overall glitches annotated map and looking up the river fought that skips hammer pegs, because it's not too hard to do.
No.
But that fake flipper works just as well.
Yeah. I like what Narwhal is doing here though, setting up for the temp swam to pyramid because of having the mirror. That looks a little bit wrong, but because having the mirror can just opt into checking castle immediately after.
Yeah, Narwhal's doing the right thing here, and They were a little bit low, which means it might have been some risk of scrolling the camera while on the pyramid side. So they actually paused before going up to where the hard lock transition would have been if they had done so. Saw that their camera was still correctly locked and then proceeded to go up.
Yeah. He was clipping in a little bit low. Well, so that's why.
Yeah, you had to clip in on the lower side if you're fake flippering.
I felt that I've been pretty forgiving though.
It is
You can be
forgiving.
pretty
You do
far
have to be
up.
on the bottom half though. You can't just be on way at the top.
Yeah,
if you have the flippers, you want to be
can,
way at the top.
Yeah, you can be pretty far up on it, so. Yeah, the also reason why I like doing that one is because while you're swimming, you can just check pyramid ledge and see if you need to head over there and get that.
Yeah, it's a very elegant route you can take. It's a lot faster than doing the intended either mirror or big bomb checks.
Yeah, it is.
God, poor PH though still has no sword. And it doesn't look like there's one available because we saw Narwhal do all this. Mm-hmm. This could save time though. Maybe he doesn't do Pendant Thieves and this is the difference maker.
Yeah, it could be. It's looking like he's gonna pick up his silvers now. And it might make him want to head into Mire because of just having silvers and having already... Or was he at Hype Cave?
He hasn't been to Hype Cave yet. He also doesn't have a sword to use medallions, so Mire's not on the table for him at all.
Yeah, I was just thinking a little bit too far again.
Yeah, I was thinking like some kind of, you can do some kind of underworld route where you do Mire into Swamp and exit and then do Hype Cave. Not an option for PH, but it is something, it is a reason you would check Stumpy first.
Yep. With not having either flippers or hammer, definitely would have made this a little bit more irritating to do right now.
PH is going to a clip spot. This works, but it's like
it's a little bit inconsistent, unfortunately.
It's just a little harder, and if you go, I'm not sure what PH is doing here.
Can you clip up from there?
This isn't the slope I normally use. It doesn't look like Ben Cheesy does either, because PH has moved.
Yeah. Yeah, the sword is really screwing up Phil's game here. Okay, gonna head over and do Hype Cave now. So yeah, gun and the small key will be able to make the way all the way back to back of escape. This is pretty nice.
I think Narwhal's already been.
Maybe. I have. If that's the case, I missed it.
So what Narwhal would do here is unlock the door to guarantee a small key for Swamp.
Yeah.
So the sword that Narwhal has is at Hobo. PH made a bit of an effort to do a teleport to get to the Hobo fake flipper spot, but it was on the wrong bump and gave up. So this is Narwhal opening the door. Save and quit, and now you can steal the key from Keyrat while in Hera State and spend it in Swamp. That's what that's for. Doesn't get used very often, but could save you a trip to Pendant Mire.
It certainly is nice.
It's a few extra seconds to unlock the door for quite a bit of safety.
Yeah. Oh, might be rethinking in the route here.
Oh, we're going to pod?
Yep.
That was a very...
Very interesting way of getting the spin speed.
Yeah, the little tap, gentle tap, tap, tap gets you this yeet that puts you on the top of the mountain again. We're actually between Spectacle Rock and like the bridge near Ether Tablet.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get back in bounds.
Yeah, this can be pretty hard getting because you need to jump into the water, and it can be a little bit specific sometimes. It can be difficult.
Yeah, and it's not going to save time over just climbing the mountain normally if you are taking multiple tries to do the splash. But it is a mentor tournament, so
almost got it there.
We're trying to learn. You can save the tryharding for brackets. Narwhals usually have a sword. That's true. Narwhal comes pre-equipped with a sword. I'm not sure what pH gets to start with.
Yeah.
pH starts with a 1. Those are 1s, by the way. His name, as far as I'm aware, is not Phil.
No.
It's kind of hard to read on my layout. Maybe it is Phil. Maybe you have cracked the code.
Maybe. Oh, nope. Almost went out.
Going out's fine, but you miss out on the cool route that you can take when you open that door for free.
Yeah, to be fair, having the bow, you could have adjusted, but yeah, you don't want to do that.
At least they hold the right direction to get back in. Do not forget shooter room. Thank you.
Yeah.
Don was probably saying the same thing.
Yeah, I have that problem as well, me forgetting getting this chest.
I mean, you've been in that room. Surely I've gotten the chest already.
Exactly.
I've been here.
Yeah. I also want to thank Scarlet Silver for the raid.
I think secretly a sliver knows Narwhal.
Yeah, probably.
Probably rooting for Narwhal.
Yeah.
If you're a... Yeah, I don't know. It seems like Narwhal has a bit of an advantage here, but it's mostly just that sword. And the knowledge that another sword hasn't shown up for either of them since then.
And the sword amount is definitely big here. I am looking at that green pendant that Novel obtained. That is also gonna be interesting to see that after Novel has done Eastern.
And Narwhal is the only one who can even have that because PH can't go blind. Well, PH can go blind now. I just saw the canes.
Still.
Yeah, you have to tap right before you do any ups.
I think it did though, so that was really weird that it didn't work. It definitely was facing right at some point before facing the other way, so that was weird. Oh yeah, Novel decided to go for bow go for bow before the others ones.
No, Narwhal, let's not do this. These are just two small keys that can be skipped. They do if they... I don't know if Narwhal hammer yumps. If Narwhal doesn't hammer yump, then this is needed.
Yeah.
I think PH just got a...
Nice.
Okay, PH is setting up for a Pyramid Fairy. That's what this is.
Yeah, it must be.
Which we saw from Narwhal, because Narwhal did the swim. So this isn't going to get... You could also be going to GT. GT is really just 4 checks.
Yeah.
It's Tile Room, Hope Room, and Torch.
Yeah, we could see that happen, yeah, but yeah, it is not. It is gonna be setting up for the Pyramid Fairy.
Oh, we are hammer jumping. Okay.
Just wanted to guarantee having that key so that could get out probably.
Narwhal's gonna have like a million keys at the end of this.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably was so that he wouldn't want to get locked inside of here.
Could be, yeah. A little easier to navigate out when you have the sword. Although it didn't seem like PH needed it. So PH's portal has been set up, offset from his apparent position, which means it's now at the castle.
Yeah, and to be fair, doing this as well is also quick because this would have also been Eastern 6. I don't know, not Eastern, but Hyrule Castle 6.
Well, we saw PH at Hyrule Castle, right?
Yeah, he has, but I was just stating facts. A nice little health recovery there from Narwhal. Oh, there's a lot of enemies up here now. They have gathered. At this point, you just release your spins from time to time when they're this gathered, and hopefully you get some of them.
PH will get that bottle.
Yeah.
I think when you're swordless and you have the flute, having a bottle with you can put a potion in is kind of nice.
Yeah. Might have hoped for a good bee because that can help you deal with a bunch of bosses.
Ooh, we're getting like a vanilla catfish and mushroom turn-in potentially.
Yeah, why not? Having the mirror.
Yeah, this might be I don't think Narwhal's been here yet. It's funny because you have the flute, so you can do this at any time.
Yeah.
They might both be thinking fake powder. So maybe that's why they're putting it off. But it also just might not be on their minds. PH is doing an old kind of rando classic of setting up with the portal so that you bonk on purpose.
Yeah, to be fair, having picked up half magic, you don't really want to have to think about doing fake powder. Because that just takes so long time to drain.
I'm not a fan of fake powder in general. I think it's usually a waste of time. When you have the flute, you can just get the powder and then check it at your leisure.
Mm-hmm.
And you really want to just do it never because it's a pretty slow check. Especially slow if you don't have hammer.
But you have the potential to chain it together with other stuff.
I think this is our first catfish.
It is.
Maybe PH gets what he needs out of this. A sword. Just some bombs.
Yep.
The narwhal's done with pod. Looks like there's oh, they could have known that was a map and compass. Easy to forget that though.
It is. Here we see the mirror to get into Eastern.
You got a mirror twice.
Yeah, too. You are technically in light wall when you're doing this clip.
That's a HMG classic. We do it in swamp. You go to flood the dam and you're just in swamp again.
Mm-hmm.
A PH now probably gonna pick up his ice rod here. He had a little trouble clipping to it after hard locking it away.
Yeah. And to be fair, not having the sword, I can understand why going to catfish in the vanilla way because you
have to do the same clip. Pretty much all the spin speed clips can be done with just spamming dash buffers, but if your dash buffers aren't clean, then you get knocked upward. It can not work.
Yeah.
Narwhal's actually in a little bit of danger here.
Yeah, if you do the wrong movement, you can get stuck, but...
Oh, I mean Narwhal. Narwhal has low health.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking of Phil. It's looking like it's gonna be mirror wrap to laser blades. This is interesting.
He's knocked off course a little bit, though.
Yeah.
I think laser bridge is fine here. I would maybe do Super Bunny and Hookshot Cave. I'm not actually sure if he's in the right spot for this.
Yeah, it looks a little bit wrong.
Yeah, he's too high. Too high or too low. There's two spots that work. One of them sets up kind of automatically, and the other one you have to like navigate to manually. He, in theory, could have done the manual nav and didn't.
Yeah. But yeah, got stuck.
But I'm not sure.
They might just be discussing if they want to do something else.
Yeah, if he's in collision, he's not going to be able to mirror here. So saving and quitting is the only option.
Yeah. Yeah, Novel being on the one heart go on the way to the back definitely would have encouraged here jumping down and getting a ferry.
Well, I saw PH had a fairy in a bottle. I don't know if Narwhal has that same one.
He probably does, but why lose it at this moment?
Fairy reviving is slow enough that getting the fairies here is probably faster.
Yeah.
There we go. So PH is learning that's good. That's a snap that puts you on the pixel for mirror wrapping.
Yeah. It's just me. It's just me having getting flashback from getting stuck on the ledge.
Yeah, it looks very similar to getting stuck, but in this case, it puts you on the edge, so you're in collision in just the right way to be able to hop down. PH is actually on the laser bridge ledge now and can just walk in.
Yep.
That looked like some live mentoring was happening.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think he meant to walk out. I think he got bombed into the exit.
Maybe. He was facing that way,
He was facing, yeah. So probably something that happens is you can't use the bomb until you've done a D-pad input. So just like you just hold up and place the bomb works, but a lot of people will like flail because they're like, why can't I press Y? And they'll end up facing in some weird direction.
Yeah, because this was definitely a live mentoring thing. It definitely didn't know that they were gonna be stuck. Or might have not known, would I rather say.
Yeah, I wonder if this is PH's first mirror wrap. Or if this is just PH learning a new method.
Maybe.
Narwhal doing Pendant Eastern is interesting. This is really kind of going in the pedestal direction.
Might be thinking of the potential on PED at the moment.
But you could go into Mire and get some information about whether PED is live for being a fire source.
And to be fair though, being here, potentially just wanting to just clear out the area, so you only have to come back when you have a hammer, so you don't have to come back to this area. Yeah, well, multiple times.
Yeah, I don't think they have any dungeons they can clear anymore. I think that they've run out of dungeons. So pendants make sense. I would be doing pendants here too. I'd probably do Mire next and dupe the pendant and pull ped.
Yeah.
If you don't want to dupe the pendant, you could use that trip to unlock swamp. Mm-hmm. If you end up getting fire locked out of... there's nothing on green pendant. Now I want to pull ped even more because the green pendant didn't pay off.
Yeah, definitely.
PH is finding out that silvers are not as good on pokies as you might expect. Because pokies are actually multiple guys stacked on top of each other.
Yeah. If you hit from the top, you are gonna get him on the first try. But...
Oh, are you? Oh, because you're hitting the head. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's good information.
And the vanilla big key in Turtle Rock.
Yeah. I'm not sure where PH is getting information because thinking maybe getting
might be talking just about the key logic in here.
I think PH just wants to do big chest. Doesn't expect the fire rod to turn up. So is navigating in the direction of big chest instead of being on laser bridge.
Yeah, because if he were to go up now he would have, so that if he would were lucky and get fire on the... Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
It just sailed right past the head and hit the body.
Yeah, it might be that you need to just get 2 silvers in him.
It might just be that you need to get lucky.
Yeah. But yeah, as I was gonna say, it was a little bit of trade-off there. Either you go upwards, you might be lucky and get fire rod, so that you can just mirror back to laser bridge and do that fight. Right?
This is not the big chest.
No. I don't know what he's doing right now.
Well, he can get the rest and then mirror to big chest. He's reset his spawn.
Yeah. That might be it. Yeah, just setting the spawn so that it could mirror directly after.
It's a little more efficient if Hammer shows up, and you can also get Mimic Cave.
Yeah. It was a talk if you wanted to have your mirror saved on laser bridge.
Oh, we don't do that here. We use the mirror to get to laser bridge.
Yeah, but yeah, you know what I mean.
Laser bridge is the front door of TR. There's no reason to leave a mirror there. Yeah. Ooh, that's a little dangerous. It works though. It certainly eats through the body segments.
Yeah, but at the same time, it makes the enemy move faster, so it becomes harder to hit him with the silvers after.
2 silvers seems like the way to go here. You could also just bomb boost it up. There's a fun little thing you can do, which is not recommended.
Phil can't use the bomb boost, unfortunately.
Oh, no sword. Oh, no. You can totally get one of those segments to fly off and then use ether while it's midair. And freeze it and kill the Pokey with its own body, which is kind of a funny thing to do. Something that I think would be a good bingo square.
Yeah.
Kill a Pokey with its own body.
Yeah.
Might need to put that on my no logic awful bingo. Narwhal also getting some laser bridge instruction here. Thing with is it doesn't look like PH found anything here, so it's just going to be a big key.
It was very boring indeed.
At least the big key showed up.
Yeah.
So PH is done with TR. Deciding on what to do next. This seed is not really giving them anything, any direction, except pull ped. And for PH, it's not even that because of the lack of sword.
Yeah. So we found all of the small keys in there. So just talking about what we could see being there behind the torsos. We could see either stuff like hookshot, lamp, or flippers. Is the big ones that we could see there.
This could also just be one of those seeds where you go into tile room and get your hammer. It's awful.
Oh, there we go. Narwhal had a little bit of problem finding where the door was, but was able to get it.
Yeah, you want to just hold up. Oh, interesting. Narwhal also exiting. That looked deliberate. I'm not sure why they both did that.
Yeah.
PH doing these checks. I think we saw from Narwhal already. I'm not sure we saw Hookshot Cave though.
Have you seen these yet?
Have we? I don't know. I've played 2 seeds and vodcasted 2 seeds, so the bleed is pretty strong.
The bleed is strong with this one.
I've got 5 seeds bleeding into each other right now. It's like the tie-dye of it's like a tracker in tie-dye form. Oh, PH? Yeah. No?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
Out from that one
it's a thing that some people do. It's a habit I try to break people of checking my medallion for TR.
Yeah.
For PH, it might make sense if you know that there's a bunch of keys in the front and you're looking for the medallion. But in this case, you already have the medallion for Meyer, so there's no reason to track the logic.
Yeah, and Phil has opened all of the checks in there though. Didn't need to check it.
This is a bonk
Like,
of somebody who hovers, so we'll maybe see some out of logic stuff here. And hopefully PH
yeah.
remembers to pick up the ice rod. No, so close.
Oh, yeah, really close. Yeah, what's lucky that the enemy was cooperating enough to be in a good position to use the silvers.
PH has a little bit of HP to work with at least, and a fairy. But I don't know how desperate is he to grind this out.
He doesn't have a sword. I think he's still pretty desperate at this point.
Yeah, sword is something that could very easily show up here. The logic doesn't really care, as long as it's not like a tablet. Narwhal has barely better options than PH did for this. Actually, kind of.
Ooh, I've not seen this bunny sprite. It looks so good.
Yeah, it's a little goat. It's very cute.
I like it.
Ooh.
Yeah, those enemies here can be pretty irritating.
Nah,
from time to time.
we're gonna get some medallions. PH got PH got a sword in Hookshot
Woo.
Cave. So I would say it's worth the time for him.
Now you just have to get the final one here. Which can honestly be such a mental block.
Yeah, the worst feeling is when you just give up and have to leave that one behind, and it haunts you for the rest of your life.
No, it was that. It just feels like this hover is harder than the others.
Oh, do you think so?
Yeah.
It's interesting because it's actually like that direction of hover is the 2 pixel per frame hover. So it's like a little easier than the other direction. Like the Moldorm 2 hover is longer for the distance you're traveling because you're moving 1 pixel per frame.
Yeah.
But what would I know? I don't do this.
The same stuff are not giving Narwhal a good time either. Yeah, I don't have it either. It just feels like what I have seen when others playing somehow it seems very hard to get this specific cover if you accidentally fall down.
Because it's functionally the same as the other. It's just, you're right, it's probably a mental block. It's the final hover. You can't see the edge of where you're standing.
Yeah.
And you've already probably like done the others and are either off rhythm from doing them, or maybe you're rushing a little, going faster.
Yeah, and if you can't see the ledge, you might not actually have the hover, but you think you have it because you're still on the ground.
That's true. Little placebo hover. Alright, PH getting ice rod.
Yeah. Or just... there we go. That is a little bit... Okay, I was unsure if the mirror back was accessible there.
Apparently that's a quick warp. I guess that's why people do it.
Yeah, I can see that.
PH is going somewhere. Maybe this is GT.
Potentially.
PH has already done Catfish, so there isn't really anywhere else to go from here.
Yeah.
The GT could very well be the hammer. Or the fire rod. Look at that double fairy. That's nice to see.
That is so lucky. I'm so mad about
Those
that.
are like 1 in 4 fairies, I think.
Yeah.
So it's not... It's pretty likely, but it's not that likely.
So you're telling me that it is a 1 in 8 chance that
happened? It's a 1 in 8? Oh no.
Yeah, it was... Or is it 1 in 16 because it was double 1 in
Yeah,
4?
those are 1/8 fairies, then that would be 1 in 16, I think. But also 1 in 4 chance that one of them is the fairy if you slash 2.
Yeah. So basically 6.125% chance that it was a double fairy.
Where is Narwhal going? I guess they didn't do the big chest.
No, I'm not on the big chest yet.
Well, both of them are falling down the same traps, and the thing is that Narwhal seem to have a bit of a lead, but if Pedestal is dead, then all of that pendant progress is for naught, unless PH also does it.
Yeah.
If it's just here in GT, PH is probably in the lead now.
It definitely feels like there's gonna be something important here in the first sex of GT at this point.
Oh, it's a fire source. What does that do?
Yeah.
Gives us Desert Palace.
Yeah, it gives us desert.
It's an item too.
If they're feeling spicy, they can. And if Phil is lucky here getting small key, we could just see it trying on the fire rod skip.
That's true. Do you want a fire rod skip though when it's one of your go mode items? Probably not,
No.
but you could.
You don't. But the reason for it here though, would be hoping hammer is here on the fire rod side.
Yeah, well, what you're hoping for is that the fire rod is just behind the lamp in Mire or something.
Yeah.
But even then, you should just go there because you do need the fire rod in the seed.
Yeah.
I'd probably be going to Mire next.
We do need the flippers as well. We have not gotten that yet.
Narwhal's here too, by the way. Narwhal's gonna have a little more incentive to do Mire after this.
Yeah. It makes sense trying to look for our 3 remaining go mode items. Or 4 rather. Our 4 remaining go mode items.
And that's all PH can do here.
Yeah.
He's getting this key, but he's gonna realize that it's just
Is he going
Oh,
back
he's
side?
doing the Brolock
Yeah.
side. Alright. Well, we're doing fire
Yes.
rod skip.
Yeah,
I don't
it
think
makes
Gnarl's
sense.
Gnarl's not gonna do that. Gnarl has better places to be.
Yeah, just in field position, it makes sense going for this one because of being able to hover can go left afterwards. If he were to get the hammer on the right side here.
Is
And
this
also,
live? Can Hammer be here? There was
I
one
think
key. Yeah, I guess it can be. As long as,
Yeah.
it's still out of logic 'cause the fire rod is out there somewhere.
Yeah, but it could be stuff like getting flippers on the left side so that you can just head to with stuff like swamp next or something like that.
Yeah, welcome
And
to the
also-
Raiders, by the way, from
Yeah,
Gamachu. We have
a huge raid.
a bit of a uncomfortable seed with PH just now hovering a sword out of Hookshot Cave. Narwhal had a sword from Hobo much earlier.
Yeah.
And now we're like desperate enough to do this skip here, which like I'm not usually a fan of the skip, but in this situation it kind of like what else are you gonna do?
It is this, or you're gonna have to start pivot forwards ped which people also don't like.
I think Narwhal should go to Mire after this and pull pet. Because I just think
the
that
doors at the top, Phil. The doors at the top.
Oh no, dude. Feels bad. He even bonked it. He's looking up like, which one did I fix? Because usually it's that pit torch that goes out and you see it go out. And he's like, wait a minute, I swear I lit this torch.
Yeah.
Oh no, what a way.
It does look like Phil has actually this pretty solid on when it comes to the straps.
Oh yeah, he seems to know what he's doing here for sure.
That looked basically exactly the same as the last one.
That's maybe not good. You really
No,
can't
that was
afford to
stutter.
lose movement here.
At least was lucky with the cycle on
He
the
did it.
spike there.
Yeah, he got the. I think he actually needed that. I don't think that could have been done without it.
Yeah. Yeah, this is what we are seeing here from Phil is definitely trying to get either hammer or flippers for swamp probably.
I'm thinking like if Fire Rod is out there somewhere, just like in Mire, that having the
Yeah.
hammer lets you do Ice Palace. Or rather, if Fire Rod is in ice and your like flippers or mitts are out there, then you're expected to do hammerless ice to double dip GT. And
I don't
ice.
like the fact that he decided to
Oh
leave there.
no,
though.
you gotta do Ice Armos if
deci-
you're gonna do that.
Yeah, if
What are you
if
doing,
do that,
PH?
you have blue cane. You can easily
Oh.
get there.
What are you doing? You worked so hard to get there and you didn't get all the chests.
If that is gonna be the reason why Phil loses now, that is gonna be rough. And I have not seen this clip before.
This is just DMD in the light world.
Oh, okay.
Narwhal is super jumping. This is how you get to South Dark World without a hammer. You can also... I don't know why PH was DMDing, but he was. I didn't really question it. I just saw the glitch, I recognized it, and I was like, yeah, that's what he's doing. But you normally only do that if you set up like a Pyramid Fairy portal and are trying to get into the castle without losing your portal. Oh yeah, welcome to no glitches is never gonna be the same again.
Yeah.
You've tasted, I don't know what you say. You're poisoned.
First. And I prefer doing the teleport here on the right side instead of
Really?
the left.
I see a lot of people
Yeah.
doing the right side teleport, but the left side is so much faster. All you have to do is
Yeah.
after you do it, you just tap right and it puts you on the right side of the collision. PH is following Narwhal pretty closely. If they're both going to Mire, it's neck and neck. It's just that
Yeah, it is.
Narwhal has been able to do more pendant checks and PH needs to stay out of them to stay ahead. And it needs to not be ped. Because if it's ped, the Narwhal's hugely ahead. But if it's just in Mire, which is what I think it is, then they're pretty close.
It definitely feels so at this point.
Yeah, live mentoring for the super jump. This is one that you can just explain. It's a little hard though, and you go down here, you have to be careful not to transition down too much.
Yeah, if you go too far here or walk downwards, you're gonna just have a bad time.
Yeah, you're gonna map wrap, just like that hardlock PH got earlier. But he's safe now. That's not safe.
Oh.
Go down.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
That's a hardlock, by the way, if you go all the way
Go
up.
further downwards, and now run upwards.
So
Soon
PH
you can
could, like, kind of camera fix a little bit to get...
And to be fair, he can sort of use the
Okay, he
bottom
did
of
it.
the screen here to navigate
Oh,
as
that
well.
was terrifying. I think Ben probably yelled
Yeah.
at him there, like, stop.
I might have done that as a way to trick my mentor when he was when we were learning the tricks.
That's a good one.
I just violently upset the camera just for funsies.
10 easy ways to give your mentor a heart attack. Dash towards a hardlock transition and stop at the last minute. Oh my goodness, we're going to Ice Palace. Why
That is a very interesting gamble, to be fair.
That is.
Going there without a hammer.
Well, if it's here,
you're
then
gonna have 2 6 you can't do then.
But you're also ahead if it's here.
Yeah.
Whatever
it
it
is.
is, if it's fire rod or hammer or even flippers, hook shot. One of the things that you need. Flippers are unlikely because flippers are... This thing that PH is doing is actually out of logic. Which means ice is out of logic.
Yeah, well, I'm getting so much PTSD from this. I have had both hammer and hook shot in Ice Palace in the same seed.
And Narwhal has got a crystal now that PH doesn't have, so maintaining that lead. As long as PH doesn't get super lucky here in Ice Palace.
Yeah.
So when I'm here without a hammer, I like to kill the Freezor and steal a key.
Yeah.
PH isn't doing
Definitely.
that though. It guarantees that you can exit the bowlock side.
Yeah, I don't quite like the lineup, didn't I do for that one?
PH is facing the wrong direction for me to be able to like know if it's correct or not, but looks like he got it second try. Narwhal is doing kind of what I expect. This is what I think the logic is pointing at. It's a little higher.
Blocked.
Yeah, that's very common. It often takes 2 tries to get that block there.
It is almost so that you should just use the bomb to flick the switch.
The bomb is pretty fast. Unless you're doing the Samari punt, which is really difficult, the bomb is the fastest way.
Yeah. And it also feels like the safest way to save on your magic if you're not here without with half magic, and that was a very interesting bonk on his
So you
side.
have to not just bonk, but you also have to hold the direction. And Narwhal wasn't
Yeah, yeah,
holding the direction.
yeah.
PH has fighter sword, pin gators. Yeah, take
Very
out
nicely got him stuck. You could have just brought
silvered
out
him.
Ether to take him out immediately.
No, Ether doesn't kill him, but Bombos does.
Yeah, that too.
There's a 2-bomb strat that will do it quickly, but you have to actually like know the strat. Looks like PH pulled out a 1-bomb strat and got most of them down.
It is very specific on when we are starting talking about pin gators and bombs.
Yeah.
And that is for both of the rooms.
You
as
have to
well.
like walk down a little bit, place 2 bombs, but one of the bombs has to be to the side, and then you pick up a bomb and throw it. It's a pretty involved sequence. Now PH needs to find a key here to be able to progress. This is why we steal the key. Gets the hammer instead, which that works too.
Yeah, saving
we
him
go.
from having to mirror out.
So what's waiting for Narwhal at Meyer? Because I still think there's something here. Because
hammer here.
PH isn't even supposed to be here in ice. This is out of logic.
Yeah.
It's
I
item 2.
honestly would not be surprised if he just somehow finds a fire run now in Ice Palace. I wouldn't be surprised if that was happening.
Narwhal miss.
Yeah.
So got the old Wallmaster in your pocket, you know.
A
Little extra quick swap
accidental,
movement and oops.
Yeah.
Nice clip for PH, by the way.
It was.
This is just gonna freeze all the popos, isn't it? Killed 2 Wizrobes. Is that a stun prize fairy?
Potentially, yeah.
It's stun prize fairy. It's kind of neat. You don't see that very often.
There has been a lot of fairies in this seed, to be fair.
That's true. To be fairy. Yeah, you get the stun prize if you kill frozen enemies with anything except the hammer. The hammer will drop the prize pack that the Pen Gators and Gibdos drop. Whatever that ends up being in Rando. In Vanilla, of course, that's the magic pack. And they will drop it at the 100% rate instead of the 50% rate.
Yeah.
I'm going to be very sad if Narwhal doesn't find anything here. I really expect Flippers or Mitts to show up here. Because I still think that's where the logic is going. And if they're not here, then it's on Ped.
Yeah, it definitely feels like that.
Now, Flippers on Ped would be interesting because like PH would have to do all those pendants that Narwhal did. But if it's Mitts on Ped, then you don't need those. You just skip them.
Yeah, suddenly with that hammer, a lot of stuff has opened for Phil now, so definitely having a little bit of nice advantage with that. Yeah, time for the pubs. This is not the easiest fight to do when you have a fighter, and not a lot of people are comfortable with doing hammer strats. Because the movement is very unpredictable. It can mess you up if you are unlucky, but
Peach is getting
so
really
far.
nice early hammers there.
Yeah, was able to group them up very nicely there.
This is getting dangerous. Peach does have a fairy, so it's not like deadly. But you still don't want to take that fairy death. It's slow.
No, you want to save. Honestly, you want to save the fairies for as long as possible.
Well, you're saving them for this. That's what they're for.
Yeah.
So that you can be aggressive in Cold Stare and probably at Vidi as well.
I might be the only one to have them saved, so I can let them out after having fighting Ganon.
Oh,
so
you just like to save them for like conservation purposes. Yeah.
Exactly.
Dark World is actually the native habitat of fairies. So you want to let them out before you touch the Triforce and seal it forever.
Exactly. We're making sure so that anyone living in the dark world will have some good things going for them.
Yeah, they're a foundation prey species for the denizens of the dark world.
Mm-hmm.
So if you catch any in the light world, you gotta release them there. So Narwhal going up to Vidi, which is I don't know if it's an item or not. If it is, then this is good. If it's not, then we're missing out on a dupe opportunity.
Yeah, the dupe would have been nice here.
But it's not something I don't even think it's something Dawn knows about. It's so niche.
Yeah, so why don't you talk to me a little bit more about duping, because you've been using that word a lot in this.
So
commentary.
the funny thing is, this is more of a no logic tech, but there's actually a situation that comes up in HMG where you can enter Hera from Mire, and while you're there, the game still thinks you're in Mire. So if you enter Moldorm's room and Moldorm is dead, or you kill Moldorm, it'll drop the Mire crystal. We have a rule that you still have to kill Vidi if Mire's a crystal, but if Mire's a pendant, you don't. You can just get the pendant. So if your intent is to just go here so you can pull Ped, it will be faster to get it from Moldorm than to get it from Vidi. But if Vidi's an item, then you want to do Vidi.
Yeah. And as you said, if it was that this was the pendant, and you go over to Hera and do that, you're getting thrown out of Hera. You're not going back to Mire, so it could be a very nice case of just chaining palaces together.
Yeah, not only are you thrown out there, but you're actually in the Dark World still, so you can dash over and do Super Bunny Cave or Hookshot Cave.
Yep. You're getting a fake Dark World state, so that's pretty good.
So the book has shown up for PH in the one chest that's actually potentially in logic here.
Yeah.
But PH needs the other sword, and the sword he has is not in logic. It's also behind Hookshot. Yeah. So what's going on here?
Yeah.
PH is just so far out of logic that when you're out of logic like this, you feel like the ground is unstable underneath you, and you're just waiting for the thing to appear under your feet that puts you back on solid ground.
To be fair though, if you're going far out of logic, sometimes the best ways to win a seed is to just continue to stay out of logic.
Well, that's fine until your Hookshot's just sitting in, the uncle or whatever you might have skipped. I don't think anyone's really skipped anything like that here. We've seen, except for PH's Hobo, we've seen pretty much everything in the early spheres.
Yeah, we are definitely in where we have to start doing gambles to get the remaining items.
But I think PH again is justified in going out of logic, if nothing else, because swords can show up here, and it would be really nice to have another sword.
Yeah.
That's what, Hookshot Cave got him. He would not have been able to do... Well, he could have, but he would not have gone into Ice Palace without the ability to use bombos.
Yeah. Oh, good. Get your Ped praise in the chat.
That's right, Ped hypes.
And he's a blind one as well, so this is gonna be exciting.
You gotta, right? PH is the one who has the book.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the fire rod. I told you Mire was leading to something. The funny thing is that the hammer that PH has is still not in logic. But now PH doesn't have the lead that you might think he has. Because he still has to do those pendants. Oh, PH. Ooh. Are you going to hover that?
Okay, hover.
No, he's going to hover it.
Hover.
That's so dangerous. That was indeed Fire Rod and Ped.
Yeah, it was.
Just reset the end. Just reset the room. It's not that hard.
Oh.
It's a super tile transition.
You are denying us entertainment.
That would have been really cool, but just reset the room. So, okay, we got a hammer and ice and a Ped. Who will win? Who will get to the other one first?
Yeah, that is a very solid question. To be fair, with that fire rod, I think it is more likely we're gonna see Novel going into ice before Phil starts doing pendants.
Oh,
Because right
okay.
now he has none.
So pH has
It is a big
found
time investment.
pH has found for us the logical access to Ice Palace. This is not in logic for him because you need the fire rod to get there. But Narwhal has it, and pH has the tools to get it, except for the sword that is at Hobo. So pH has an out of logic sword, but
But yeah, as I was saying, I think we are gonna see Novel going to ice before Phil pulls Ped, because yeah, Phil right now is sitting without a single pendant. He only has right now a crystal. So it is definitely a longer time investment if for Phil than it would be for Novel at this point.
yeah, Mike, you are correct. Mike, sorry, pH just God vision the hammer and ice, but you also had to pull Ped, so it wasn't. It was good, but it's not as lucrative as he was probably hoping. He's following the hammer, which is not really what he needs to be doing.
Yeah.
And, you know, on top of that, they all still need flippers and hookshot. And they both need another sword. So they're so far away from go mode. What if I told you we've had 2 ped seeds this week and an aga seed?
Oh, we have had 2?
We have had 2. The other one did not get restreamed.
So you're telling me that I'm not the only one rolling ped seeds?
You're not the only one rolling ped seeds. I am also rolling ped seeds.
Alright. So just to fill up to everybody, because they might not know, I have had two ped seeds so far.
In the tournament.
Yeah. Which is just wild.
Yeah, I agree with Angles and with Sliver and everyone else that the Narwhal is closer to the hammer than pH is to the fire rod by a lot.
It definitely feels nice going to Ice Palace with the fire rod though, so it definitely is gonna lead him there eventually.
So Narwhal has the fairy, but killing Mothula is kind of slow with the fire sword, even when you have safety.
Definitely wanted, yeah.
They wanted a green potion. That's what they were hoping to see. It looks like they were just one hit off though. One spin. PH is gunning for the hover. We'll see a hover Moldorm. Hopefully, not just as Moldorm skip. Actually get the item, because that could be flippers or a sword. From PH's perspective, it could also be the fire rod. Well, does PH know? PH knows that the fire rod is locking the mitts. Right? Well, PH doesn't know that the flippers aren't just out there somewhere. My brain is twisted into knots with all this logic.
Yeah, you've been looking at too much seeds.
Well, too many seeds, but also the PH being so far out of logic is messing with me as well.
Yeah.
And knowing at least where some of the stuff is on Narwhal's side.
That also comes from someone who does no logic, by the way.
Oh, it's easier. No logic. You just say, well, was it there? No, then it's not there. No, can't. There's no shouldn't. There's no what the seed expects. You just like, it's either there or it's not there. Can we do the check? Then
Probably.
we can do the check. It can be there.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Can we not do the check? It can still be there.
Yeah.
Alright, PH.
And we're the hover, let's go.
We get it?
Yes.
Oh, sigh of relief. Just 50 rupees, but weight off the shoulders.
Yeah. It was definitely a gamble going up here.
PH's hovers have been very important in the seed.
Yeah.
The hookshot cave sword is just instrumental to his, progress.
Yeah, having flippers and the mirror, I think it is time
Oh,
for
flippers showed up.
Swamp.
Wait, where were those?
Yeah, upstairs here in Hera.
Did we have the big key the whole time?
Yeah, we did.
Oh no.
Yeah,
That's
Binky
logical
was,
eyes.
Binky
So
was in. Oh, sorry, Maya cutscene.
Meyer cutscene, okay. So they were in Meyer.
Yeah.
That was right, Meyer was leading to ice. Nice triple. I totally missed that Meyer did indeed lead to ice.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the mitts that PH found. I mean, it
Yeah.
could have been that too.
I am not surprised though that we are seeing in a swamp check though from Novel.
Is that really better for PH? I don't like the idea that PH can go to swamp before getting fire rod.
Oh no, I was talking about Novel going to swamp now.
I was talking about what structural Mike was saying in chat. Mike is saying that flippers being in Meyer is good for PH, and I think it's actually not great. I think it's it's more things PH can do before fire rod.
To be fair though with Meyer being a pendant, he's gonna have to go there eventually. So the fact that flippers is there, it just helps.
Yeah, the problem is that we don't really want PH's hammer to be in logic.
Do he want to open this? Do you want to open this? Okay, if it was just a compass, it's fine.
Yeah, it's a little risky. If a big key shows up, you're orphaning the big chest of swamp. You can come back to it in Hera state, or you can backtrack, but it's still, oh, no, we'll go back. Thank you. Sure, Dawn was also yelling.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel, the thousand voices rise up, yelling at the Minty to not jump down.
He's taking so many gambles here.
Okay, PH, this makes sense. This is an item on a pendant boss, or crystal boss, and hopefully gets into... I mean, I think the fact that he's in the Dark World here is a really good sign that he's going to do Meyer. He'll get the flippers, and the flippers will make him want to do Hookless Swamp, and that's what I'm worried about.
I was sort of wondering, I'm agreeing with Mikey, where's the mentor?
Where's the mentor? I don't know. It's Benteezy. Okay, the one thing you need to know about Benteezy. Benteezy really likes to play dangerously.
Oh, no, we are talking about Novel. The fact
we're talking about Dawn.
Incests.
I mean, the mentor was there yelling at Dawn, and that's why Narwhal turned around. And the mentor was right there.
Yeah.
I mean, Narwhal didn't
reminded
respond
there
to me.
again that he... Yeah, Novel... Don't tell Novel that as well that, nope, you need to go for Hera so you can flick the switch.
Well, you don't though, you have the mirror.
Yeah, but he would not be able to get further into Swamp if he didn't go back and flick the switch.
Oh, Narwhal doesn't have the hammer. Oh, that's right. Oh, we're doing Hammerless Swamp. We're doing Hammerless Hookless Swamp. Oh, that's so awful.
Yeah.
What else are you going to do? You go to GT and you find the mitts and you get, Smith Chain?
What Novel is doing right now, both of them are just hoping that Hookshot is in Swamp.
Both of them are doing the thing that's bad, and it's probably is Hookshot in Swamp, let's be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I find Hammerless Hookless Swamp over Hammerless Ice. I mean, they're both bad. You just gotta pick one.
Yeah.
But you found the flippers, so then you want to follow them. Both of them are flipper locked, so you don't even have that direction to go. And you've already done most of the things you can do with the fire rod. You know, Narwhal could go back and do the 2 chests in Turtle Rock. But I think they want a better weapon for Trinex. I would want a better weapon for Trinex.
Yeah.
You can do rod spam Trinex with 2 bottles. Fighter Sword Phase 2 is actually really hard. I would do it in a pinch, but it's not something I'd be particularly excited about.
Yeah.
So here's something. PH could do a ped check. And that would be really good. The best time to do a ped check is when you're in Skullwoods, and when the item on the pedestal is Fire Rod, when are you going to Skullwoods?
Yeah. I wonder if he is gonna tell Phil to do the pendant duping here, because that is a nice way to get back to Hera and finish that one off.
Did you catch if there was an item on the boss?
I didn't.
Peach is not doing the cutscene just. Which
No.
means we'll probably see Viddy.
Probably.
Because you're gonna do Viddy hoping it's the item.
To be fair, sometimes when I don't have Fire Rod, I just love doing this one first, just to see if I can say, okay, there's no item on cutscene.
You don't do it this deep into the seed. When
Yeah,
you've
I agree
already
with that.
found hammer and ice and it didn't do anything for
Yeah,
you. You kind of have to.
I agree with that. It's normally earlier in the scenes, if I were to do that.
Alright, Narwhal and Hammerless Swamp can now actually do Swamp in proper state. I'm actually not sure if being in my Swamp state is... what do I say? I think it's optimistic to be in Swamp state here. It means you're expecting the hook shot to be here. So,
Yeah.
I guess if you value optimism, you probably should be playing to your outs. If the hook shot's not here, you're kind of like hurt. So the little extra time you spend here doesn't really matter as much. I suppose we are hook shot from no mode, since we have two different swords between them. We've seen flippers, and we've seen hammer.
Yeah.
There it is. Hook shot and swamp.
there
This
it
is
is,
the
yeah.
cursedest seed I've ever seen.
Yeah, same.
This is ridiculous. Hammer in ice, hook shot in swamp, and pedestal fire rod.
Let me tell you, I had a pretty cursed seed.
I think this is the
today,
worst
so,
seed I've
yeah.
seen in the tournament. And I've
It's
seen your
rough.
seed. Your seed was pretty bad.
Yeah.
So I guess you do left side? I mean, look, Narwhal fixed swamp state. That was, like I said, optimistic, but also correct. So
Yep.
PH can now do Mire to swamp if he wants to. And get the hook shot and still need to pull ped. Narwhal will go to hook shot cave and get a sword. And then what? Probably Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
And then run out of things to do and go to ice. How did that
Mike,
not hit?
Mike, don't worry. When it comes to in the Nordic, I am the clown, so don't worry about it.
The last race I saw PH in was, he did some clowning. The funny thing is you can clown like twice and still miss the third clown location.
Yeah.
Doesn't the seed out clowns you, no matter how clown you are. You'd be like, oh yeah, I clown route out the hook shot swamp, and you're still missing the fire rod and ped. You can't win. He's saving and quitting. What are you doing?
It must be something where they have talked and it's like, if there is an item on ped, then we have lost. There must be something like that.
But where's he even going? I guess he's going to swamp, which is
must be.
fine. You don't need to go
Or no.
this way though. You can just do it from Hera. But that is what he's doing. So he's going to swamp. He's going to get hook shot, and that's going to give him absolutely nothing because he's already done everything that's hook shot locked.
Yeah.
We'll get to finish swamp.
It might be that he is hoping to find Fire Rod in here or something.
That makes sense. He'll feel really good when he finds the hook shot. I just don't see how he's getting back to pedestal. And the only way now is to do Skullwoods and check ped.
Imagining after 1 hour and 50 minutes to be able to come back into logic.
Well, he's in logic now because of the flippers, so that's... well, okay, the sword.
No,
He
the
needs
sword.
the sword.
It
But
is
the
still-
sword is behind...
The sword is keeping him out logic.
The sword is behind the other sword.
Yeah.
Because he needed the sword to get the flippers, and he needed the hook shot in Swamp to get the sword. So, Hobo is the play. The good thing is that Hobo's really easy to get to with flippers.
At
Maybe
this
he'll think
point,
about
though, at this point, though, we are 150 into the seed.
Is he really going to do it?
And yeah,
I don't know.
It is so far out of the way. Even we'll be able to clip through the railing there. It feels really far away.
It's far away mentally, but it is very quick. And there is a philosophy of start chasing your lower spheres when you run out of ideas.
Yeah.
Because it's a little more likely to have what you need.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you're out of logic.
Yeah,
If you're out of logic this far, you're probably missing something in a Sphere 1 location. It's funny how long it's taken them to get to even just doing Moldorm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Narwhal did Moldorm early, but PH has a hammer for a while.
Yeah.
And this out of logic sword could have done it. He is definitely intending to do Swamp because he's already prepared the flooded dam. The question is, Narwhal is really close to Ice Palace right now. Do they go there right now, or do they do other things with that hookshot?
One thing we at least can say for certain is that they have really been tested this seed.
Definitely.
We're setting up the silver.
It's a
Good
mail
job.
upgrade on the tablet. I don't think we'll be getting that.
Nice.
We've already done all the hard
Oh
bosses.
my god, another sword.
A sword on Swamp? Alright.
Yeah.
It's also hook shot locked, so...
Yep.
I mean, you're really supposed to have that hobo sword. That's clearly what PH is missing.
It is. It is.
It's going to get to a point where PH is going to know that a sword is on hobo, because it can't be anywhere else. He's going to know that the thing he's missing is a sword, and that's it. You know, once he's done, he'd have to have done all the pendants, like Thieves Town and Eastern. He probably just assumes they're there, whatever he's missing.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And I think really the only way for him to even keep up with Narwhal is to go mode those dungeons. And even then, you can't really go mode those dungeons.
No, you can't. That's the thing.
Narwhal getting potions is a good sign, but it's also possibly for TR. Yeah, this looks like TR.
I wouldn't be surprised for TR here. But has Narwhal already been in TR?
They've been in TR, but they haven't killed Trinex, and now they can kill Trinex.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Narwhal's the first person to have Fire Rod, so we haven't seen Trinex yet. Now, if Narwhal does TR first, then it'll be a Master Sword fight. If they do Hookshot Cave first, they will have Tempered.
You know what? I hate select buffering.
Select buffering is really useful, though.
Yeah.
But it's awkward. It's hard to learn.
Yeah. If I do a tournament of glitch stuff after this, I might be considering learning select, but I don't really want to right now. Trying to get the correct pixel.
He needs one more. But what you're taught is, you know, it's better to select buffer 0 frames than to select buffer 2. There we go.
Yeah.
Wait, did he go in enough?
He.
Yeah, he did. Okay.
Good.
I looked away, so I didn't see. Okay, here's a sword for Narwhal.
Yeah.
Funny that this one chest here has actually been in logic the whole time. 3 up lefts works just as well as 2 up lefts. If we're talking about the final step, the first step, you know, the 3 up lefts they have to be 3. The last one you have to do 1 just to stop your movement, and then 1 or 2 after that will put you on a teleport pixel. I mean, the reason you do 3 is because you're sloppy. You can be a little sloppy with that final one because you have anywhere between 1 and 3 frames will be okay.
Yeah, it looked like Phil was more comfortable with bomb, there and instead
Bomb
of
diver
using
down.
red cane.
A lot of people learn bomb diver down for rando because you always have bombs.
Yeah, but red cane is just so much quicker.
Is it? Yeah, I guess it is. But you know, you do it. The quickest one is the one you get first try.
Yeah. Oh, is Phil also gonna be risky? Nope.
No,
Okay.
he's talked out of it.
Yeah. Cool.
But it's interesting because like PH is totally justified in doing this in Hera state because like we're doing it.
Okay, he's gonna be risky.
Are we doing it in Hera state? Okay, no, you don't flood the dam and then do it in Hera state. Open the doors. Well, as long as you open the doors, that's the important thing.
Yeah, it is. But
doors in shambles.
That could have been rough. If one of the 2 sections was big key, then then Phil would have to go further in and just open the big sets, just go out again.
We need to have like one of those, like, you know, like marathons will have like rest stations where they hand out water. Like we need that for the mentors because they're being real troopers through all of this.
Definitely.
Open the door, get on the floor.
I have the now where obscure can, because I have had obscure for most of my matches, and that is how I wanted it because obviously he's not just a nice friend to hang out with. But at this point it's like, okay, if I have a question about setup or stuff like that I tell you, you can just watch other stuff if you want to. It has sort of become like that for us too.
This fight's a lot nicer with the tempered sword.
Yeah. And he decided to just make sure so that the ice didn't spew.
Always a hook shot in swamp. I don't think that's the rule unless you're running NMG. Even in RMG, the hook shot's not really in swamp. It's in either Hera or mire, depending on how much fun you want to have.
Yeah.
I'll let you interpret that as you will. Depending on how many times you want to reset your run.
Well, you're gonna have to go for speed, right?
Narwhal, tap down, you push back up, and you're back in.
Mirror. Okay.
No, they're just going back in to get the 2 chests they left behind here. This is the correct thing to do. It's trying to spits you in the front, and then you get to check the middle or the entrance.
Yeah. And to be fair, this makes sense to do this.
I was trying to come up with a clever rhyme, and I just couldn't.
Yeah, fortunately, you're not Dr. Seuss.
Hold my glitch.
That is a nice way to call it HMG.
Homemade gear.
You guys are coming up with so many. I'm trying to scramble to get something, but I can't think of any ways to for acronym.
Nice mirror shield.
Yeah.
Mirror shield before master sword. That's how you know the seed's going well.
Yeah.
Now Narwhal's probably going back to GT here.
Oh, I love that one, Mike.
I guess I'm honest. Help me glitch. There we go.
That is a nice one. Oh, that was really unfortunate how that puff got picked up.
The fighter sword Argus is just so terrible. And then of course the reward is you get the sword that you wish you had after killing the boss.
Oh, fancy
You got
seeing
one
you
more.
here.
Got a silver arrow, that one, nice.
This is Angels and I support this method.
And then we get to play catch the greased pig. So Narwhal getting some dangerously close to Ice Palace here.
Yeah, definitely think of what to do next.
Look, maybe we're getting into the portal so we can do ice.
Yeah.
I don't know what else we'd be doing from here. I also don't know what Narwhal hasn't even done yet. I think they've done everything.
Doesn't have myths, so has not been back to.
Not been back to GT because it's behind the hammer. So they didn't do the mitts. That's true. They didn't do the hammer lock. Maybe it's out of logic. I don't know enough about the GT logic to have read that.
Were they able to get 2 keys on?
They got 1 key. That's why I'm not certain.
Yeah, it might actually be out of logic. You might be correct with that.
If it's out of logic, then, you know, this is the right thing to do. It also might be the right thing to do if you're worried that your opponent got to Fire Rod before GT, which, like...
Yeah.
Can they? Let me think of it. Now that I think of it. Did they need to get the lamp to get the Fire Rod? They didn't.
No.
Because the big key in Mire was not fire locked. So, I mean, you could also dupe, but, like, also, it wasn't required. The flippers were fire locked. But the flippers weren't locking anything that the PED needed.
Yeah. I like the statement Am is doing. It was stated here.
Nothing you do in this seat is smart. Yeah, that's true. You just do things, and you try and do them faster than your opponent.
Mm-hmm.
So this looks like live mentoring. I'm guessing that Narwhal has probably never done this before and doesn't know the visual cue. It's really hard to teach visual cues on the fly. There's probably just a lot of, you know, move up, move up. Oh, is that a sword on the smith?
Yeah, vanilla sword.
Oh, Peach doing the smith chain is not great. Where are we going?
And not even getting the purple cyst either.
Maybe that's good. Maybe this is Thieves Town and Check Ped.
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing
Probably.
it. But
Yeah.
Narwhal's also doing it, so, you know, Narwhal's ahead if this is Ice Palace.
Yeah. Yeah, this is gonna be ice. I can't think of anything else he has left on this side of
I didn't
the
realize that PH had already been here, done front board.
Oh, are we getting the flip version?
Yeah, we're getting the flipper version. That must be the one Narwhal knows how to do.
Yeah. No
Yeah,
one wants to
back
do
of
it
thieves
worse
is an
than
interesting play. But I'm worried that this is going to end at the purple chest and not at Skullwoods and Pulphead. It's really easy to get back though, because you have the mitts. Oh, that was a god pixel and a bad RNG. The funny thing about this hammer is the only thing that's left is just finished ice and pod and GT.
Yeah.
PH also hasn't finished pod. I guess there was not an item on the boss because he would have certainly gone back with the hammer. Narwhal seems to be in a good position for this. Very good.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah, it's always the question. Do you get Fire Rod, Hammer, or Hook first? Because all three of them are accessible without the others.
Good job.
Narwhal also didn't steal the key. But I think they also know the hammer is probably here. It's like here or GT, and if GT's out of logic, it's definitely here. I can't think of a single location other than that they haven't done.
It would have been something like they have not been to Catfish, but I think they have been there, but I'm just trying to think of places.
Well, you might be right, because they did Hookshot Cave and TR together.
Oh,
Look at all those
God,
fairies.
there's so many fairies.
So many fairies. What
We're
are we
having
gonna
a
do with all
party.
these? We have 18 hearts. We don't need them.
Yeah, we don't. We even have nets, so we could have caught some if we wanted.
Well, PH get to Ped before Narwhal finishes.
I just love this MSU, dude. MSU is so good.
I like the credits because they sync up with. They have sound effects that sync up with the graphics.
Yeah, it is so good.
As long as you remember not to press X. There's Hammer for Narwhal, and just like PH has to backtrack for the key, but this is go mode for Narwhal. What's up, Chex? You have missed out on the seed with the capital S. It was Plando levels. So PH being here is good. Jet seed, yeah, you know, we just found the hammer in ice, so definitely a jet seed. PH is about to probably find out where the fire rod is. And hint, it's not Skull Woods. Oh, you're forgetting the hookshot and swamp, Sliver.
Yeah.
It's not over yet. There's more.
To be fair, this seed is so cursed, I'm not surprised something was forgotten. Well, this is definitely a seed I'm downloading to give to.
Oh yeah, you gotta post
my
this
mortal
in
enemies.
Nordic Randomizer and make PH or make Obscure play it.
Yeah, definitely. No, I was gonna say I'm saving this so I can give it to my mortal enemy.
Oh, I thought you said my mentor. Oops.
No, 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 no. I'm giving this to my evil self.
The run hasn't died yet. Yeah, it's live. Look at PH finding Fire Rod. Cool. Now he has to do like 3 more dungeons. Maybe we'll see a dupe. I hope we see a dupe because PH saved and quit out of Mire after finding flippers.
We are not. I don't think we can see a dupe because Phil has already killed the Moldorm.
Oh, so when you go there, the crystal will just drop. It just sees that Moldorm's dead.
Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's hope for that then.
But PH will do this first because it's on the way to Eastern. Makes sense.
Yeah.
It's part of... This is a decent routing. I mean, PH has already... He skipped once, so already opened the door.
Yeah, he got the mirror. Why not?
You do have to pay Kiki though, which is a little embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both here. Narwhal's go moding though.
Yeah,
they have to do this and GT, and PH has already done GT, but it has to pulphead and do Skullwoods and TR, so it's definitely a big lead for Narwhal.
Is Kiki skip fast with his gear? I don't think so. He's pretty quick if to do Kiki skip.
The overworld screen's so slow, and you have to wait for Kiki. It's just, I think Kiki skips probably faster. But you also have to reset your dungeon, which you don't have to do in this.
Yeah.
It's funny to see both of them taking the overworld route, though.
It might be that they are starting to get tired, so they're just not bothering with doing it.
Yeah, we did see some Kiki that was not first try. And if you're not first trying Kiki, you're probably not saving time.
Yeah.
You don't need those. I mean, I guess it's good to have beams here for the switch in the next room. I mean, it's possible for optimal to also be slower than the overworld, so it makes perfect sense to me.
We did see when Narwhal was doing the initial Kiki skip, had a little bit of problem lining up when you jump into the water, but that might just be that the trickers didn't want to at that point.
It's also easier with flippers, and they can go in and splash in the water and then splash out without having to be on the right pixel.
Yeah, but it might just be on the mind, and that I struggle a little bit with getting up to the cave. I might just run the normal way.
The normal way is only 2 seconds slower than Kiki. Yeah. If you're not just trying to practice it, you're probably not saving time.
Yeah, that's fair.
In the old speedrun before we were doing it in rain state, people would do it just so then they're not dealing with cabbages and dead rocks, because you only have 5 hearts going up there. Nowadays, it's even less justified because you have no enemies. So it's worth noting that PH is also in go mode. Just has a lot more ahead of him to actually get to the item that he needs.
Yeah. And just to preference here, if I would try to give this seed to Obscure, he wouldn't play it, because he would have thought that I rolled it, so...
Well, you gave it to him regardless. You wouldn't give him a good seed, would you?
Nope. Yeah, I'm notoriously naughty for rolling bad seeds. So for our Nordic tournaments, it is like going to race chat, because I'm doing restream in Nordic, So it's like, okay, I can roll if you guys want to, and I almost immediately get, no, we are fine. I can roll instead. One of the racers says.
Unless that person is Philly.
Yeah. If it is Philly, then I'm allowed to. One of the nice things though for Phil here is just being able to chain Pod and Eastern together like this.
Yeah, and also at this point,
if you're bringing back to the conversation,
you just don't know, like, in a seed like this, you can't predict what your opponent has and hasn't done.
Yeah, because of just the curses.
There's no, like, rational way to do the seed, as somebody was saying.
Yeah, it was 10.
The only thing you can really do is, like, judge your execution, and even then you don't know that your opponent didn't also hardlock getting the ice rod.
Exactly. And yeah, also one thing that speeds up for Novel here is just having Big Key in this room helps so much.
Was it in this room? I thought it was in random room.
It is to the right here for him. No. Okay, now think of my own seed, damn it.
He's the one with seed bleed now.
Yeah. And I have worse excuse. I only played one seed. So I have a worse excuse for that, if I would go for that one.
Nice big key. Alright, big moment for PH. Are we going to have fun with this Meyer pendant, or are we going to do it the boring way? Oh, we're doing it! Let's go. Yes. Now I can tell you that there have been 2 races this week where duping the Meyer pendant for Ped was in play.
Nice.
It's a nice bomb clip for PH.
Well, that was just so clean.
Narwhal picks up the big key in this chest to the right. See? I think you were probably just, these rooms are so similar. And you were right that it was the one on the right. Oh, that's not where the crystal goes. You have to go back up. It's over there. Just drop down and go back up. It's fine.
To be fair, it is pretty nicely hidden right now behind the hearts.
Yeah. It is blue. It's camouflaged. The thing is that the Moldorm prize is special and has to drop in the middle of the super tile. And all the other prizes drop in the middle of the sub tile. There it is.
Yeah.
All you have to do is walk into that corner.
Yeah. Imagine if it was red. We would have not seen it underneath the hearts.
So yeah, I was having trouble seeing it because it was blue. It was on the blue background.
Yeah, but just having so much red over there would have also camouflaged it.
Oh no, my feet are not free. Thank you. Been sitting on them all day. After a seed like this, sometimes you just gotta sit on your feet.
Yeah, I also like fake. I was like this. Fake,
we're in
fake dark world.
We're in the fake light. We were in the fake light world when we exited Hera.
Yeah.
And now we're in the real dark world. Which is really cool because PH will get the... I don't know if this is intentional. I think I saw a little pause there. Like, oh, hang on a second. But...
Yeah, he was acting like he was going to go through the portal.
And he's like, wait, I don't need to. So you can just mirror after getting your fire rod and go back in and do Skullwoods. Yeah, fake light world is a very rare thing to get to play with. But one of the properties of fake light world is you can use the flute.
Yeah.
As long as you remain in fake light world.
Yeah. Maybe so.
You could even like.
It is so.
Oh.
Ooh, Daddy, don't move, don't move.
Don't move.
Just
Don't move.
bonk back.
Yeah, you don't want to leave your portal. That can happen. pH reading the ped just to make sure.
Yeah, he has already read it, but just double checking so that he wasn't led astray.
Nice little force slash on that cleanup from Narwhal. You don't usually get the chance to slash 4 times.
Yeah, you don't.
And it's better than flailing with arrows and missing. Which is usually what happens when you're off rhythm. Yeah, it's not really a dupe because we're not actually duplicating anything. You can only get the crystal once or the pendant once. You're just getting it from the wrong room. But we don't really have a better word for it.
Yeah.
But the game is pretty good about not giving you the same prize more than once. It, sees in memory that it's already been collected and will just not give it to you again. No matter what you do.
Yeah.
Quantum displacement, that's a good one. It's still kind of spooky. Quantum displacement is I'm sure there's some glitch out there that's good for.
Money laundering.
Money laundering, there we go. Smuggling.
Oh, yeah, we have a name for it now. Money laundering all the way.
It's a time save because it's
with the
faster.
mirror map here. With mirror map here might actually be really, really close.
Yeah, it's pretty close. You're right. Because pH just has to clean up the boss, and Narwhal has to clean up the boss. I didn't realize how close they were.
Yeah.
Because I guess I wasn't thinking
the
about...
difference here, though, is gonna be that Narwhal is gonna be on pyramid.
Narwhal's going to be on pyramid, pH will have to mirror and flute. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a few minutes, but it's only a few minutes. It's a lot closer than I realized.
Yeah, it is. Oh, perfect.
Yeah, it's faster to get the pendant from Hera. It's just a shorter path.
Ooh, nice triple there for Narwhal.
Ooh.
Oh, was holding that spin for a little bit too long. There's Saiga 2 down. The final boss has been slain. Now we can go to the pig.
And they have sword parity for
Yeah.
having different swords. Smith versus Hobo. Both of them getting from different NPCs.
Yeah.
Oh, this was more than dipped. Mind the gap. Yeah, I didn't realize how close this was. I think it's the fact that Narwhal also had to find a big key of GT that I wasn't taking into account. GT is really like 2 dungeons if you're doing the big key clear.
Mm-hmm. And this is a really good Trinex fight as well.
Yeah, perfect 1 cycle, which is the best you can get on Tempered Sword. It's this pH having NMG experience.
We also have some good placements from Ganon as well.
This is NMG shining on pH's side. Once he gets that Tempered Sword in his hand, he's very comfortable with what he needs to do.
Yeah.
Just really hard to play without it.
Yeah, was not able to get the quick cycle in phase 2 here though.
Yeah, so. It doesn't seem like Narwhal was able to get into the actual top of Ganon. If Ganon's in that corner, you can get directly above his head and do spins. I think most people know about the top right corner where you just go in the corner. It's a little bit different on the left side.
Yeah, it is a bit precise when it comes to those pins in
Yeah,
the top left.
it's not too precise. You just have to be above him. If you're centered, then you don't move at all, and it's great. But even if you're not centered, you just have to correct while charging your sword. And here's.
Oh, we have a pretty good placement for first Ganon
Oh no!
here.
Don't
Ooh,
die. If you die, it's really close.
I think
We have a
he has
fairy.
Yeah.
They have a fairy. It's still like, PH is. I can tell you, PH is probably going to have a 1-in-1 Ganon. So.
Yeah.
This is going to be.
And look at Ganon. He has such bad placements as well here in this phase.
Yeah, you don't want to. Ooh. You really want to like use your torch glitch or your lack of torch glitch to your advantage when you're doing silvers, because you can freeze Ganon in the middle of the room and set up for doubles and triples. But that is the last silver era for Narwhal as PH drops in. So yeah, 2 people in Ganon at the same time. I always call that a close one.
Yeah, a little bit closer than we might have originally
No,
thought.
PH didn't get 1-in-1, but he gets the good warp because everyone gets the same warps on the first try.
Yeah.
But he'll get a 2-in-1, which is the next best thing.
Yeah.
Seems to be on blue mail, judging by this damage.
Yeah.
The red mail was on either tablet. You didn't come back for that. I don't think you would in a seed like this.
Even with the fact that you are, after your duping, you are thrown out of Hera. Nah. With where he was, it was definitely a case of he might be seconds in front of me. I can't get this now. But yeah, that is a GG for Narwhal. He finished with an official time of 2 hours, 25 minutes and 39 seconds.
And PH having a really nice phase 4.
Yeah.
And now Narwhal knows why I said interview in 1 minute. So we can bring both of them in at the same time. They were just a little over a minute apart in their finish times. So this is Narwhal at 2:25:39 and PH at 2:26:46.
Yeah.
That was, you can point to many different things that led to that difference, but really it's just a spaghetti seed. And you can't follow the individual spaghettis. You just...
Yeah, but when it comes to a seed that is above 2 hours, the fact that it is just a minute and 7 seconds between them just speaks how close it was.
Yeah, and the fact that they got their stuff in different orders.
Yeah.
Both of them got their hook shot in the middle as their second of the 3 troll items. But that was really the only thing they had in common. They didn't even have the same swords.
We are currently waiting for our runners to get here. They are probably talking a bit with the mentors beforehand about the seed.
I'm sure there's a lot to talk about. They haven't already exhausted the subject. The bot needs to go into timeout, says BenTZ. I am not in charge of Sahasra bot. Do we want the mentors to come in? Honestly, in a seed like this, you guys can do whatever you want. You are real troopers, and I want to know what the mentors are thinking too.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, the description of Rage Rod there fits so good.
GG.
Yeah, we're on by our winners here.
So, how does it feel having, I think, the closest race of the week in a seed that had, I'm not even going to repeat because everybody knows what it had at this point?
Yeah, there was a lot of just curseness, and also we saw a lot of live mentoring on both of your sides. So how did this seed felt better?
I was happy to finally get a seed where swamp was required.
Oh my god, me too.
Oh really?
We keep getting
All of the
pendants.
glitch ones I've played have been pendant swamp,
I
where
agree.
nothing was in it.
I want my money back.
That is
I hated it. I hated all of this. The whole time it's at first it's like, all right, we get a couple things here or there, it's fine. Nothing really in CAC, but we got all the fetch quests out of CAC out of the way. And then it's just, all right, Dark World, nothing really showing up. Once again, just like, I just want a good hammer location. That's all I ever ask for.
So, do you want to know where PH's first sword was? It was Hookshot Cave.
Oh.
Yeah.
He hovered it, thankfully. He didn't wait for Hookshot. He actually can't in his seed because of where flippers were. But, that was his first sword, and he never did hobo, but he got the smith sword that you didn't get, which at that point, like, that was the only thing you had left was GT. What was your decision to go into ice instead of, what was it? It was you had a choice between GT and ice, right?
So, using a key logic, I'm pretty sure we found one small key in GT, which I think is supposed to be used for that middle door. Logically, and so we decided that because of that, right side of GT is out of logic, so we do not want to search GT for the hammer.
So I'm questioning that
so-
though, because you don't just get one key, you also get the pot key, and you can spend either of those on the middle door. So is it still out of logic?
I forgot the pot key exists.
Oh, cool. Well, you save time anyway. That's the correct.
We are also joined by Phil and Ben. See here, after they did went to right side of GT.
GG's.
So your decision to do fireless right side and not continue on, what was that about?
Wait, sorry. Where are we talking about?
We are talking about the fire rod skip on the right side. After you collected the 4 chests in compass room, you decided to nope out instead of continuing on and do ice almost.
Oh yeah, that's a great question, and I'm going to answer that question with a really good answer that doesn't involve Ben saying, "Hey, make sure you don't mirror and go kill Ice Armos," and I go, "That's a good idea." Oh, I just hit the mirror, so we're going to leave. So there was that. That was smart. Big, strong strategy, definitely. It's actually too complicated to really explain.
I'm sure there was some key logic I don't know about. And you can tell me that, because I don't actually know the GT key logic, and I'll believe you.
There's no GT key logic.
That's really where we were thinking about.
Wait, were you talking about the seed or GT key logic in general?
I mean, there's
I
no
was
questioning.
joking.
What do you do? And you have 3 options available to you, and they're all hook, shot, and swamp, and hammer, and it's like, there's no rhyme or reason to it. You just have to pick something, and it's eeny, meeny, miny, mo at this point. If you have any
It
interest...
feels like we have to break something here for Phil and Ben as well.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to know
could have
your...
very easily gotten a butter sword.
Yeah, so do you know your first sword? You probably recognize your first sword behind Hookshot was out of logic. Your second sword in Swamp was also out of logic, because you needed the sword to open Mire. So where do you think your first sword was?
So I'm going to guess that it is on Hobo.
Yep. That's the only place it can be. I think we've seen everything else. Unless you hard go moded Eastern or something.
We hard go mode at Eastern.
So it could have been that, but nobody's going to Eastern that early.
The only place in Eastern it could have been, though, maybe the big chest, because the lamp was super late.
The lamp
And
was
we had to
actually
open it.
not late. The lamp is Sphere 2. First,
Yep.
it was the Hope Room of GT. So all you needed was the Moon Pearl. It just feels late because who's going to go to GT without any of that?
Oh, yeah. Got the. But we found two. We found 2 items in Eastern, so it could have been the third, I think. But anyway, it was either that or Hobo. Yes.
Yeah, it was Hobo. But the Hookshot Cave Sword was, I can't express how important it was that you got that. You really needed that sword. That was so important.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reasonably good chance that if we hadn't done that Hobo, we would have gotten to Hobo at some point. But yeah, I'm assuming Niobium, did you do Hobo a little earlier than we did?
I opened with that and definitely spent some time being like, I'm really glad I have this sword because we sure are getting not much else to fight anything with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Our first sword, I don't know if you saw in there, 1 hour and 1 minute.
Yep.
And it was
Slightly slower.
Hover sword.
Yeah, no less. And that took me like 5 minutes to do because I wasn't doing that well, so that wasn't great.
Yeah, it always seems like there's some sort of mental block if you try to hover from the right side to the last.
Yeah, it is funny. It's like it's much harder for reasons that I cannot explain.
Seems like something hovers
reason
all agree on.
The reason I have that talked up to is that you are standing on the ground, but it looks like you are not standing, so you are not getting the buffers correctly. So it's like Fjordinger's buffer or something.
Yeah, I'm sure there's like a number of different so Ben and I were talking because it's something that I guess it's not unique to just me, but like if I look up and I haven't made it to where I'm trying to hover, it's almost like that's what happened on the first attempt that I had, which made it like 80% of the way there. I thought I'd gone far enough, looked up, and immediately fell.
Oh yeah, it's the last mile effect. Like how
Yeah.
people always like have their car accidents on the last mile of their commute.
Right.
It's the same
made
idea
it.
in hovering. Oh, I can turn my brain off. I'm almost there.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yep.
How much earlier did the other team know that it was a pedestal seed?
Yeah, it was basically a fight between you two getting fire rod and hammer.
It was PH's go mode and Narwhal's go mode was hammer. So
Oh, that's funny.
That is funny because he icebreakered and then forgot he can't get the key. And then he was like, I hope this chest bails me out.
Yep.
that's what I said. It's like,
Well,
yeah, needs to
I
be a
hope this
key.
is
Well, that
small.
works too.
Yeah, I hope this is a small key.
This was a funny seed.
Do you
This was
guys-
a very, very funny seed.
Do you guys know about the key steal in Ice Palace lobby?
Yes.
Yeah.
Literally, I was even saying, I was like, I can't believe I forgot to do that first, and I hope I get bailed out for this, and then we got bailed out in a way that I didn't expect.
Yeah, PH can't stream the game through Discord, so I was like constantly on like a 5 to 7 second delay. So sometimes I would say things, and he would be like, "Oh, sorry, I'm already gone."
I was wondering why I was
That's rough.
hovering over your Discord call to see what your live mentoring was, and I just saw PH's screen reflected back at me, and I was like, "What's going on here?"
Yeah, I was streaming before this race, so I just left it live and streamed his point of view while I was talking to him. And
Yeah,
but then whenever I needed to mentor something, I would just turn off the source because my gameplay was behind it, and so he could see my gameplay whenever I turned off the source if he needed it.
Yeah.
such as the floating island, which I spend like probably 2 or 3 minutes to get, and then the hard
That was
lock
rough.
lost.
Yeah, everybody just needs to like drill into their heads that it's the top water bump that you want to clip into and not the bottom one. It seems like everyone starts with the bottom one, and that's not it. It's the top one.
Oops. But
I didn't know about the key steal,
Oh, the key steal.
but I now do.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
sorry.
mean, if you have Bombus or Fire Rod, you can go into Ice 2 and take a key and mirror out, or just walk out, and you have an extra key for Ice, and it's really good for when you are either doing IPPJ or hammerless, gloveless.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think this is the
I was
first time.
almost sure that Hammer was gonna be be inside of Ice Palace, or it'd be Titans or the book that would lead to the hammer.
Yeah.
And so my brain was not thinking about the key steal at all. And the same thought process, like, oh, I hope we have a small key in this room.
Well, sometimes you just gotta believe. It's like how both of you fixed your Swamp Palace dungeon ID, not necessarily knowing the hook shot was in there. And I was like, this is optimistic, but also correct, because the hook shot is in here.
Also, speaking of Ice Palace, you two are so risky. Opening sets without making it into swamp state. What if Big Key was there?
Look, Big Key's
Yeah.
there.
We had the Tower of Arrow big key.
Yeah, you just go back
And,
in.
I'm talking to both racers here.
I definitely said on multiple occasions don't open chests, but the muscle memory was very strong.
No, I said very specifically open all the chests on your way out.
That was
Yeah,
like I didn't want them to get, because we had Mirror and Pearl like super early, so I was like, there's like such a small chance that the key is in the first chest, and I didn't want them to lose the key. But also, I wanted to point out that this is the first time that I've seen Mire required for 3 different entirely reasons. Like, there was an
3?
item in Mire. You needed to go through Mire to get to Swamp to open it,
Oh, I guess.
and you needed the pendant from Mire,
Yeah.
which was I was just like, bruh.
Funny how that works.
I love
Now I know.
seeing-
Next time I see pendant Mire, just going straight in there.
And duping
No,
the
no
pendant.
question.
You always gotta dupe
That-
the pendant. This
That's
is
what I
the
think I was thinking
opportunity.
about too. I asked if
Yeah,
we
I didn't
found
even know
both
if
the
it
items
was
or
faster.
not.
Yeah,
As
they,
long as it's a pendant, it's fine.
as long as it's not an
Not in
item
Mire,
on Vidi.
no.
You don't want to do item on Vidi and leave that behind. But yeah, we do have that crystal boss rule, so don't try that with a crystal boss, or you have to go back and do it. But pendant, fair game. Have fun. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, I did point that out.
The seed was fun.
I hope so, because
It
it
was
was
a seed.
long.
It was.
Yeah, no, it was a good time. It was definitely it was fun. It was just yeah, there were definitely a couple times where it's like it wouldn't be that. What it's like, thankfully Ben actually said like, yeah, we're talking, and because I was gonna do purple chest after I was gonna finish Thieves, do purple chest, and then go do Eastern area. And I was like, just do me a favor, front of Skull, and check pet while we're there, just so we know. And I was like, okay, well, at least we know. So off we go.
Yeah. And for Narwhal's sake, it was a blind pull as well. So,
Oh, nice.
yeah.
I read it
That's,
twice. So in fairness, between the two of us, we read it 2 times. So that is approximate.
We just even it out.
Exactly. Thank you. It would have been wrong otherwise, so I appreciate that.
Well, that's
Yeah, well, otherwise I had to download the scene just to run so that it became an even number. And I don't want to
we're
do
all
that.
gonna share the seed like the film from The Ring, right? So you don't die in 7 days. You got to make someone
Yeah.
else play the seed. Everybody's got someone in their mind that they're gonna share this to, right?
Yep, 100. Now that you mentioned it, I just DM'd them. I said, "Send me the seed, please. I need this."
Excellent. So yeah, that's it for tonight. We've done
Oh, wait, I
3
can just scroll up to
vodcasts
the rest
slash things today. Tomorrow maybe more, maybe not. We'll see. But that's 5. That's week 5 of 6, and then there will be a bracket. So,
Thanks, Mama, for everything. Goodbye, everybody. I love you. Bye. Have fun.
Hi
Have a good night.
everybody. It's a lot of
Narwhal, GG.
GGs.
Thank you so much.
GG. And thank you, Mamo, for running all these.
You're welcome. It's fun.